Hi, welcome to the video Create Adobe Database in NetBeans IDE with me, Nam Haming from CodeJava.net. In this video, I will guide you how to work with Apache Adobe databases in NetBeans IDE with the following details. First, we need to download a distribution of Adobe database and then configure Adobe in NetBeans IDE. And I will show you how to create a Adobe database in embedded mode and how to create a Adobe database in network client server mode. Firstly, we need to download a distribution of the database because the database was removed from the JDK in version 9. So head over to the homepage of the database at this URL db.apache.org/db. This is the homepage, official homepage of Apache DB database, and click download to download the latest version of Apache DB. As of now, the latest version is 10.15.2.0 here. This version requires Java 9 and higher. So make sure that on your computer you have JDK 9 or higher installed. So click here to download Apache DB database and choose the default mirror site suggested by Apache, and there are many directories here. We go into the DB directory here and DB and DB version 10.15 here. And to use DB in Java development, we should download the binary distribution. So download this zip archive file db version binary.zip. So click to download. Okay, the download complete and so in folder, and I move this zip archive file into another separate directory. Here I create a new folder, new directory, DB, and paste the zip archive file here and extract here, and we got the Adobe installation directory here, so we can delete the zip file. Yeah, inside the Adobe installation directory there are several directories: bin, demo, docs, java doc, lib. And for Java development using Adobe database, we need to use the Java files here in the lib directory. And for using Adobe tools such as the command line to IJ or run the commands to start the network server, stop the network server, we need to use this script files in the bin directory. This is Apache NetBeans IDE, and I'm using Apache NetBeans IDE version 12.1, as you can see here on OpenJDK 15. And you need to open the services view. So go to the menu window, services, or press the shortcut key Control 5. And under the services view, you can see the databases node at the top here. You can see Java DB node. This is for working with the DB databases. And to configure the DB database in NetBeans, right click here and click properties. And we need to specify the JavaDB installation or the DB installation directory. So click browse here and select the installation directory of DB database, which I have extracted to the directory DB here. You see, click open, and this is a JavaDB installation directory, and database location is a directory where we want to put the database files, database directories. Here I choose the directory Adobe in the D drive. Yeah, and click OK. And you can see NetBeans we create a default connection to the network, the database server. And you can see the JDBC URL here, and you can see the sample database icon appears here. Now I'm going to show you how to create a new Adobe database in embedded mode. So here, just delete this connection. Delete. Yes, and create a new connection here. But before that, we need to update the Java files for Adobe or JavaDB driver in embedded mode here. So right click on the driver for JavaDB embedded here. Click customize. And here for using the database in embedded mode, we need to add 3 jar files. Here it already includes one jar file, the b.jar, and we need to include another 2 jar files that are the b shared and the b tools here. So open. Yeah, so in order to use the database in embedded mode, we need to use these 3 jar files and click the file button here to find the driver class. Okay, click okay. Okay, and now we create a new connection. Here, the driver is JavaDB embedded here. Click next, and we specify the JDBC URL. Is JDBC colon DB colon and then the database name, for example, shop me, and the parameter create equal to indicate that DB we create the database name shop me DB. Okay, we don't need to use username and password because in embedded mode we don't need to secure the database. And click next. We got an error here. Click back. I think we need to specify the absolute path for the database here. So I specify the absolute path is on the D driver, the B directory. Yeah, absolute path, and click next. Okay, it has created the new database, and here we need to select the default schema, which is up here. Click next, and then we can change the connection name. Here I use a more meaningful connection name is shop me db embedded, and click finish, and you can see the connection appears here. Click the plus here, and you can see the schema up here and tables here, and currently there's no tables. And let's see in the directory DB, and you can see the directory shop me db got created here for the database named shop me db. Yeah, because in the connection property we specify the absolute URL. You can see the absolute URL here, absolute path to the database here. Now let me create a new table. So right click on tables here and click create table, and here specify the table name. For example, products, and we can add columns to this table. The first column is ID, type is integer, primary key. So you can see it's very convenient using the graphical user interface to manage working with the database right inside NetBeans IDE here. And the second column is name. Data type is varchar, which the length is 128 characters here. Okay, and the third column is price, with data type is decimal here. And okay, so we are going to create a products table with 3 columns, and click OK. And you can see the table products appear here. Expand, and you can see the 3 columns, ID, name, and price here. And you can also right click on the table name, view data, to view all the rows in the table in a graphical user interface. Visually very convenient. And currently we don't have any rows in this table, as you can see, empty. And right inside this user interface we can insert a new record or new row into this table. For example, I enter the first row, 91, name, iPhone 12, price 1000. Click OK. And you can see a new row was inserted into the table products here. So we can use this interface to manage the database very conveniently. And in the SQL editor here, you can type SQL statements directory here and execute the statements right inside. Yeah, very convenient. So when you finish working with embedded database, you can disconnect. So right click on the connection here, disconnect, close the editor. And when you want to connect again, right click and connect. And by default we don't specify any username and password, so just leave username and password blank and click OK. And we connected again to the database ShopMeDB in embedded mode, and we can select rows from the products table here. Click this button to execute this SQL statement. You can see there are 1 row iPhone 12 in this products table. And disconnect. Next, I'm going to show you how to create the database in network client server mode. So first we need to start the database server. So here in the database is node JavaDB here. Right click and click start server. When we got this error, that means we need to update the properties, the database location here, without the adding backward slash. OK, and start the server again, and you can see the ShopMeDB database appears here under JavaDB. Now start server. When we start the database server, and we can the client will be able to access the databases created in this database location. Okay, in the output you can see it prints Apache NetBeans Network Server version 10.15.2.0 started and ready to accept connections on the port number 1527 is the default port number of Apache DB database. That means the database server is up and running. And now let me show you how to connect to the existing database on the database server. So before that, we need to update the JavaDB driver for network driver here. Right click, customize, and we don't need use this the jar. We need to use the set here. So for using the clan, we need to use this two jar files, the clan and the share. Click file button to find the driver class and click OK, and make a new connection here. Choose the driver type is JavaDB network. Next, and enter the JDBC URL is JDBC colon DB colon, and then the host name localhost, because the server is running in the same computer as the clan, and the default port number of the B is 1527, and then the existing database name is shopme.db, and click next, and successfully connected, and we choose the default schema is app here. Click next and enter the connection name is shopme.db network. Click finish. Here we have a new opened connection for shopme.db, the database in client server mode. Yeah, and we can select all data from the products table. You see, there is one row here. And now let me stop the server. Now right click on the server here, stop server. And you can see the connection, network connection also stopped as well. And now I will show you how to create a new database in client server mode. First, we need to start a server. And under that, the database location is here. Now let me create a new connection. Choose driver type is JavaDB network, and the JDBC URL is JDBC colon DB localhost, port number 1527 and 1527, and the new database name, for example, salesdb, and then we need to specify the parameter create equal true. So the server we create this new database upon the successful connection, and click next. Okay, the new database has been created, and we choose the default schema and change the collection name to sales ndb network. Finished, and we have the connection here, sales db. And now we can create a new table here. Create table. The table is users, and add some columns. ID of type integer, primary key, and the second column is email. Data type is varchar, length size is 45. Okay, to create the table, and you can see the table users got created here with two columns, ID and email. And select view data, select all rows from this table, and you can see no row, and I can insert a new row here, ID1, email, name at codejava.net. Okay, so a new row has been inserted. Okay, and when we finish working with the database in client server mode, we can disconnect, right click and disconnect. and stop the server. And let me check the database in the Adobe directory, and you can see the database name salesdb. The directory got created here. So that's how to create a new Adobe database in network current server mode. Very easy with NetBeans IDE support, right? So far you have learned how to create Adobe databases in NetBeans IDE in two modes, embedded mode and network current server mode. I hope you will find this video helpful. Please subscribe to support my channel and then like, comment and share this video. Thanks for watching.